Question number 5 is verify mean value theorem. If f of x is equal to x cube minus 5x square minus 3x, in which interval? In the interval AB, where a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 3. That means in the interval, closed interval 1 comma 3. Find all c in 1 comma 3 for which f dash of c is equal to 0. Okay, so first what we need to do for the function, we have to say first point is whether it is continuous or not. So since the function is, since f of x is a polynomial function, it is continuous. In which interval? It is continuous in the closed interval 1 comma 3. Second point is it is differentiable. F of x is differentiable also. Is differentiable in the open interval 1 comma 3 with its derivative, with f dash of x will be, what will be that? 3x square minus 10x minus 3. Okay, so you have your derivative also. Now for MBT, these are the two conditions which you have to check. Next is f of b and f of a you have to find out, and they should not be equal to equal, right? So what is f of b here? F of 3. b is 3 and a is 1. So f of b will give you 3 cube minus 5 into 3 square minus 3 into 3, which is 27 minus 45 minus 9. This is 54, so it is minus 27. Again f of a will be here f of 1, which is 1 cube minus 5 into 1 square minus 3 into 1, which is 1 minus 5 minus 3, 1 minus 8 minus 7. Okay, so these are the two values which you are getting as your f of a and f of b. Now what you need to say, since the two conditions are satisfied, therefore by mean value theorem we can find a c in the open interval 1 comma 3 such that f dash of c is equal to f of b minus f of a. So here you can just replace with f of b is f of 3 minus f of a is 1 by b minus a, which is 3 minus 1. Okay, so that you will get your f dash of c is what? This one. 3, replace your f dash of c. In this one you have to replace your c with, sorry, x with c. So you will get 3c square minus 10 into c minus 3 is equal to, what is f of 3? F of 3 you got it to be minus 27 minus of minus 7 divided by 2. So you are getting 3c square minus 10c minus 3 is equal to minus 27 plus 7 will give you minus 20 by 2 minus 10. Yes, minus 10. That is 3c square minus 10c. You will get here as plus 7 equal to 0, right? So you can just solve this, splitting the middle term. Minus 3c minus 7c minus 10 can be written as minus 3 minus 7 plus 7 equal to 0, or 3c can be taken out, c minus 1, minus 7 can be taken out, c minus 1 equal to 0. So we are getting two values as 3c minus 7 into c minus 1 equal to 0, or c is equal to either 7 by 3 or 1. Now for which value you will choose, you just see for which value you can choose your c which belongs to the open interval 1 comma 3. So here c which can be taken as 7 by 3. You cannot take 1 because in the open interval you have to check. So c belongs to that open interval means you should not take this one value as well as 3. Okay. Other than that, what value you have? 7 by 3, which is in between 1 and 3, right? So you can say that this belongs to open interval 1, 3. Therefore, MBT is verified. Okay. Next is your sixth one, which is examine the applicability of mean value theorem for the three functions given in the above exercise 2. That means in your question number 2, the three values which have been given. First one was your f of x is equal to greatest integer of x for x belongs to 5, 9, closed interval 5, 9. And the second one was f of x equal to again greatest integer with x belongs to. All the three parts we have done in Rolle's theorem, right? Now we have to check for whether mean value theorem is applicable for these functions or not. Okay. So for the first one, checking for mean value theorem. Okay. So what you will get, first point will be, since what you can say, this is greatest integer function, and for every greatest integer function it is not continuous at its integral parts, right? So since greatest integer function, this is greatest integer function, is not continuous, or you can say it's discontinuous, is not continuous at every integral points, comma, f of x is not continuous on closed interval 5, 9. Because here your integral parts, you can just say that at 5 and 9 also it will not be continuous, and in between you have more integers, that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At all those points you have a discontinuity there. So the function is not continuous in that closed interval. Okay. Now for the second part, for differentiability. Again the function differentiability we need to check. What we have to do is, let's again differentiability is checked in the open interval 5, 9. Okay. Continuity is checked in the closed interval. So the thing here is, it is not continuous at x equal to 5 as well as x equal to 9, if you can say, because closed interval is compulsory. Actually it is not continuous at 6, 7, 8 also, but you can just refer these points. And for differentiability, what you need to do, differentiability should be checked in open interval. Okay, so we are taking any integer. Okay, let n be any integer, any n which belongs to open interval 5, 9 be an integer. Okay, so it can be either 6, 7 or 8, right? So we are not checking separately, we are just in general checking for n, and that will be case for all the points, all the 3 points. Okay, now left hand derivative is limit h tends to 0 minus f of n plus h minus f of n divided by h, which is equal to limit h tends to 0 minus greatest integer of f of x is this one. So you will have greatest integer of n plus h minus greatest integer of n divided by h. Now we have already discussed that what is the greatest integer of n plus h when h is tending from the left hand side of 0. Left hand side of 0 means it is n minus something, and for n minus something you will have the value of greatest integer of n plus h as n minus 1, a number which is less than that number which you are getting here. Okay, minus, again it will be n because n is already an integer, so you will get that integer in this. Here it is h. That means you are getting limit h tends to 0. Here it will be minus 1 by h. That is not defined. Okay. Since when you apply this, it will be in the denominator as 0, so it is not defined. Now for RHD, you have limit h tends to 0 plus f of n plus h minus f of h divided by, the definition is not changing, the only thing is the values which we are substituting will be changing. Okay. Now if we are substituting here, that is limit h tends to 0 plus greatest integer of n plus h minus greatest integer of n divided by h, this will be n plus a positive value. So n plus h will give you a number which is greater than n. So that the greatest integer which can be drawn out from this will be n. Okay, so that is n. The other thing will give you n divided by 0. 0 means you will have in the numerator itself it is 0, so you can say that the value is 0. Okay, so you are not applying before that itself, it is giving you 0. Okay, before this the numerator is 0. Limit h tends to 0, 0 by h is 0. So in that case you are getting 0 and here it is not defined. So you can say that the LHD is not equal to RHD. That means the function is not differentiable in the open interval 5, 9. Okay, that is f of x is not differentiable in the open interval 5, 9. So both the points are not satisfied. That means you cannot apply mean value theorem. Hence the mean value theorem is not applicable for this function. Okay. MVD is not applicable. Okay. For the second one also you have the question as f of x is equal to greatest integer of x where your x belongs to closed minus to 2. The only variation is in the interval given. Okay, x belongs to minus to 2. So what you have to do, first point is you have to say that it is continuous or not. Check whether it is continuous or not. Since again greatest integer function is discontinuous at every integral points. At every integral point, you can say that the given function f of x equal to this is not continuous on closed minus 2, or you can say it is not continuous at x equal to minus 2, at x equal to 2, and in between whatever integers you have at that all those points it is not continuous. Therefore, in general you can say that the function is not continuous in the interval. Okay. Now for the second point, again differentiability checking, what you have to do, LHD and RHD. Again for that we will take let n be any integer which belongs to, this is important, which belongs to minus 2, 2 in the open interval. So in the open interval only you have to check the differentiability. Okay. So here LHD will be limit h tends to 0 minus f of n plus h minus f of n. This is the same as we have done in the other one. Limit h tends to 0 minus, here you have greatest integer of n plus h minus greatest integer of n divided by h, which is limit h tends to 0. The value will be n minus 1 minus n divided by h. So this will be giving you limit h tends to 0 minus 1 by h, which is not defined. Again RHD giving you limit h tends to 0 plus f of n plus h minus f of n divided by h is equal to limit h tends to 0 plus greatest integer of n plus h minus greatest integer of n divided by h, which is equal to limit h tends to 0. This will give you n itself because it is a positive quantity, that is greater than n quantity. So you will get n minus n divided by h, so that this is 0. So again LHD is not equal to RHD. So the part which is changing here is this one. Okay, this is important. Where that n belongs for the two cases. Not equal, therefore you can say that the function is not differentiable on open minus 2, 2. That is, the two conditions are not satisfied. Hence again in this second part MVD is not applicable. Okay. F of x is equal to x square minus 1 and the interval given is 1, 2. Closed interval 1, 2. Again this is a polynomial function. That means it will be continuous. Okay. So first condition is since every polynomial function is continuous, comma, f of x is continuous on closed interval 1 comma 2. Okay. For second one, what you have, again it is differentiable, right? So the function is differentiable in the open interval 1 comma 2 with f dash, its derivative, with its derivative f dash of x as what you will get, 2x, right? So you have two conditions to be satisfied. That means if these two conditions are satisfied, that is continuity and differentiability, you can apply mean value theorem. So therefore by mean value theorem we can find a c in the open interval 1 comma 2 such that f dash of c is equal to f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a. Now what is f of b and f of a we have to find out, and f dash of c. Again f dash of x is there, so f dash of c will be 2c. Replace x with c. What is f of b? F of b is equal to, b is 2, so f of 2. It is 2 square minus 1, which is 4 minus 1, 3. And f of a is equal to f of 1, which is equal to 1 square minus 1, which is 0. Okay, now replace the values, you will get 3 minus 0 divided by 2 minus 1. b is 2, a is 1. So you are getting here 3 by 1. So 2c is equal to 3, or you can say c is equal to 3 by 2. And 3 by 2 means it is 1.5. So it is belonging to the open interval. So you can say that c belongs to the open interval. This step is very important. Whatever value you are getting for c, choose that. If you are getting two values, you choose that value which is belonging to the open interval, and you have to show that you have got a value which belongs to the open interval. Hence you can say that MBT is verified. Okay, so c belongs to means therefore MBT is verified. So for the third case it is applicable. For all the other cases it is not applicable. Okay.